What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm doing an open lobby that I did on Xbox the other day. Essentially this was like league racing practice, so in this lobby I did a race at Spa, and then straight after I did a race at Hungary as well, and I got you guys involved, and it was quite a bit of fun. So I thought I'd kind of kill two birds with one stone, getting league racing practice in, and also, you know, getting you guys involved and making a video. So maybe three birds, one stone. I'm multitasking like a boss here. But anyway, here we are for the Belgian Grand Prix. We have New Zealand Ryan in the lobby as well, which is actually really good to have him in here, because that's a really good comparison to see, you know, what our pace is going to be like heading into a league race that we've got. Actually, as you're watching this, I would have had a league race around Spa a few hours ago, so hopefully the race did okay. Maybe follow me on Twitter to see how that went. I often post tiny little spoilers there, but yeah, if you do want to get involved in open lobbies with me, follow me on Twitter and I'll announce when I go online. I recently did one on PS4. I did a huge open lobby here on Xbox a few days ago, which was this video and many other 3-lap races. You'll be seeing those videos over the course of the next few days, but I think the next lobby I want to do is on PC. So if you guys are on PC, follow me on Twitter and we'll get something sorted fairly soon. But as you can see here, this is our flying lap here in qualifying for this Belgian Grand Prix. A lot of people were complaining about having a qualifying session. This was intentional. I did want to see what the 1-lap pace was like. All I did was download a setup off a time trial. I jumped straight into the game, and here we are sitting in P2, going purple 2, the middle sector, up by 2.5 tenths. I think New Zealand Ryan is about 2 tenths in front of me, so if we do improve by the amount that we're doing at the moment, we should get pole position into the bus stop chicane. It looks like this is going to be a pretty good lap. Until that happened. That was the lap over. Third place for the Belgian Grand Prix, just under 2 tenths away. Like I said, if we would have got the time in, that would have been enough to get us very close, if not pole position. But in the end, it's okay. We're starting at the front anyway, and we can essentially battle with Ryan, which is what I was hoping for in this Grand Prix. The trade back, though, is I'm running with tyres that did like 3 or 4 laps in the opening run of qualifying, but it's only a 20% race or a 25% race, so it should be fine anyway. Into turn 1, side by side with ESR Stone, who I believe is a league racer himself. I have seen his name a lot, you know, in and around the community. I think he's in AOR, I'm not entirely sure, but he is a pretty decent driver as well, so we'll need to watch out for him in this Grand Prix if things get a little bit close. Speaking of close, around the outside of New Zealand Ryan and into the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. That was actually pretty easy, how easy that was to get the lead. I think Ryan might be running with more downforce than what I'm running at the moment. You can see 1 on the front wing. At the moment, we are going for the bare minimum in terms of downforce. It is really tough. Well, it's not really tough, but it is. You do have to make the most of the corners in the middle sector. There is a lot of understeer, but if you can deal with that, it seems like the car is very fast in the first and third sector, and that's what's got us to the front of the field. So now that we're at the front, I'm just looking to build the gap as much as I can. I was like taking this seriously. I wanted to see what my pace was like. It's been a long time since I've done a competitive race, so I've not really been on the game much over the Christmas period. I've done the odd career mode race, but in all honesty, you don't really learn much in career mode. Like, you just go through the motions and you do the race, but you can learn so much more in an online race when you race against people and actually test setups. It's just another world. But anyway, lap 3, we're into the pits now. I decided to go for the undercut because my tyres, like I said, they've done more miles than maybe some other people around me, so I didn't want to run into some problems. They were very close to 50%, and the ultra soft tyres really don't last too long around here. So going for the undercut, there is the risk that we're going to emerge in traffic, which is what has happened here, but hopefully the undercut is worth it with a bit of slipstream as well. We might be able to gain quite a lot of time on New Zealand Ryan, so we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Into the braking zone of Laycom, and we've got 4th place, so yeah, it looks like for the most part we got away scot-free in terms of dealing with traffic. There's a Mercedes going slowly, he blocks the apex, and we're in the gravel. Brilliant. Foxy Dude didn't take me out intentionally. It's just one of those unfortunate things, isn't it, where where he was just trying to rejoin on the track. But unfortunately, that's cost me a good few seconds there. New Zealand Ryan rejoins like literally right behind me. So for the rest of this race, we're going to have older tyres, and Ryan is going to be well and truly in my slipstream. A Ferrari going slowly, and again, we get taken out. It was the same guy as well from qualifying who blocked us at the end of the bus stop chicane. I don't know if that's intentional or not, because he was just parked in the middle of the track both times, but this time he kind of swerved into my path a little bit, and I actually put myself in the wall there. So again, I'm not too sure what to make of that, but we'll just press on as best we can. The rear tyres are absolutely on fire. It was really a task and a half to keep the car in a straight line. We're getting overtaken by Bosley as well, by the way. Around the outside, he can't quite get the move done, and we hold on to, I think it was P4 at the time, someone else has pitted, and now New Zealand Ryan up the road a little bit has been taken out. I actually thought he was waiting up for me to have a little bit of a battle, but he told me in DMs afterwards that he actually got taken out. So yeah, it seems like there's a few Crash Bandicoots in this lobby, which, you know, it's not ideal. Like, if I'm going to do league racing practice in the future, and if you do join my lobby, I will strongly advise that you try and keep it as clean as possible. I don't care what happens in sprint mode races, but in these races where I'm trying to be serious, I would appreciate some clean racing. But we had the opportunity to go up the inside of New Zealand Ryan. I was fearing this lap car here was going to take us out, so I kind of just hid behind Ryan in the hopes that he wouldn't see me. But yeah, we managed to negotiate that all fine, and now we can kind of resume in the battle that we were having between myself and Ryan. Bosley has kind of dropped off the back of us. I don't know if he had to make a stop or not, but relinquishes myself and Ryan to be pretty much clear at the front, with ESR Stone just chilling there in third, about 10 seconds back. So yeah, 4 laps to go. We're in the DRS of Ryan. This is looking pretty tasty now as we set the fastest up at the Grand Prix, 1 minute 47.5. We could have gone up the inside into turn 1, but that's a bit silly, especially when you got the prospect of DRS, a lot of slipstream up the Camel Straight. So yeah, we'll see what we can do as we follow up our Rouge. Ryan is probably running with, I don't know, a few clicks more downforce than me. You can see just how quickly we fly past him in the slipstream and DRS, and that is us into the lead of the, I was going to say Brazilian Grand Prix, of the Spanish. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think I'm just trying to sabotage myself here. The Belgian Grand Prix. There we go. It's been a long day. It's 4 o'clock. I haven't had lunch yet, and I don't really function on an empty stomach. Maybe you guys are the same. But anyway, thankfully, when I was driving at the time, I don't think I had an empty stomach, so I think I was pretty good. But anyway, 3 laps to go. Gap to Ryan is, it's building ever so slightly. We are catching up to a lap car again, which does make me very, very nervous. But we'll set purple lap times in the process, and hopefully he won't get in the way. It looks like he's pulling over to the side, and I almost took myself out there in an effort to get more slipstream. I was a little too greedy there, almost paid the price. But through the bus stop chicane, I was just really enjoying this race. Things were just going great. It's just, everything was on my side. Even the luck. Even though we got taken out, New Zealand Ryan got taken out as well, and now we're having a pretty decent race. So yeah, I forgot that happened. Yep, that happened. So, well, yeah. I don't know what to say about that, really. I was just so greedy. I think at that point I was really desperate to break out the gap to Ryan, setting fastest laps if I could, and turned in a little bit too early, and almost, well, yeah, we lost the lead, so we got to chase him down again. The gap is 2 or 3 seconds, 2 laps to go, and we've suddenly caught up to him again. I'm not too sure if he had a bad lap or had a mistake, but yeah, we're in the slipstream once again, and I've actually just heard previously on the last lap that Ryan has a 3-second penalty. I think it might be for corner cutting. We'll have to check that out after the race, but you can see there, Camel Straight, no DRS. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to close the gap like I really would have wanted on this last lap, but yeah, we're still pushing as much as we can. We get our first warning for track limits. Strict corner cutting rules were on. It's just that like Spa isn't really a track that's notorious for track extending or corner cutting, so you can pretty much get away without a penalty in this race. But into the final chicane of the race, Ryan goes in really deep, loses the back end, locking the rear tyres, and we are pretty much all over his bumper as we cross the line for our first competitive race of 2018. It is a race win, but kind of on a technicality. Probably a bullshit penalty for Ryan, which really shafted him in the end. But there you go, guys. That is a race around the Belgian Grand Prix. Like I said, I've got a league race around this place that took place today, and will hopefully, if the race went well, it'll be heading to your sub boxes sometime in the next few days, and I'm definitely going to be running this setup. It seemed to work wonders for me, and hopefully it can deliver in a league racing scenario in a 50% race. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and see plenty more F1 2017 videos. Follow me on Twitter to get involved in open lobbies. PC is up next, and then maybe we'll jump on PS4 again and do a few races on the wheel and have some really competitive races with you guys there. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, I'll see you next time.